Okay, so we're down in the main electrical room, and we got the hum of the transformers that we're pretty much used to. So partly I came down here just to give you a visual. This is where we start. When I'm called to a building and we're doing sort of an evaluation of the building itself, I'm looking, okay, what voltage do we have here? Here's the main service. Do I have space to put in some extra disconnects? Because that's what we're going to do. In this case, if you can see these 4 disconnects that we installed down here, these are the disconnects for the panels, which we'll go take a look at on the various floors. But what we can't tell here is, of this energy that's provided to the building from the city, how much is available? How many EVs can we actually put in? This should be almost the first question, and it takes partly seeing what the main service is like. We can do this. We don't actually have to come to the building. If we're provided with a single line diagram and the right bills, we can use our engineering firm to determine that information. And partly this is an important piece. It may just be something that you don't really need right away. Maybe it turns out that looks like the building can handle 70 vehicles. Well, that's lots. Well, what did I need that for? Because at some point or other, you may reach those 70 vehicles. You may have reached that point, and then the 73rd person or whatever comes and says, I want an electric vehicle. And you say, well, we don't have enough energy. You say, well, how did you come to that decision? And I know sometimes people are getting these kind of free evaluations, right? And I know that it was, I know because I didn't know about it, but you mentioned it to me. And I just want to sort of reinforce that from Crossbridge's point of view, this is an important thing to be thinking about in terms of legalities.
It is. It's our first step. We recommend that every corporation actually get a load evaluation study to determine the number of EVs that their particular building can fit. Every condominium is custom, so there isn't a one-size-fits-all. What I like about the approach of having an engineer do it is that the regulations that came into effect on May 1st of 2018 have an eventuality that a person requesting a charger, if they're not happy with the answer that comes back from the board, they're able to take this to mediation or arbitration. So from a board perspective, to have someone with some credentials and credibility produce this report to say, this is what we did to investigate it, this is an independent engineer that's performed this study, this is how many EVs our building can take, that number might be 1, that number might be 0. So if that person gets that answer back that says we can't accommodate them, there's a report to back that up.
Okay, that's great. And in actuality, we tend to find that what's happened is, first of all, the services tend to be a little overbuilt. That's just a standard operating procedure. When you're building a building, you don't take it to 100%. You haven't planned it. A lot of the buildings, believe it or not, the older buildings they've done things to save energy. A lot of your recommendations, right? We have LED lighting. We have changed out the pumps and put in drives. All those things have saved energy, and now here we're at a situation where, look, that energy has a new purpose, and maybe it's all working out well. This is what they have in the building, whether it's this or something smaller or bigger, then that's probably as far as we're going to go.
It's, I'd say that's good. So if you get that message out there, we could get the message out there, that would really help. Because condo boards in general seem to have this mentality of, we're going to serve everybody the same way, or we're not going to serve anyone. So that was what a lot of boards tended to attach to say, almost as an excuse, I might say, well, if that cost is really expensive, then we better not serve anyone. So having that message out there to say this isn't something as an option, because it could cost $300,000, I guess I've heard, $500,000 if it's possible to upgrade this service, not an option. Pair that with the regulation that now you have to serve someone that's making a request. It encourages the action that we've taken.
Yeah, I like to suggest that everything in a condo has a limitation. There's only so many parking spaces. The height in the garage is only so much. If my truck doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. The party room was only made for 80 people. If I need a party for 120, well, I guess I'm having it somewhere else. And if the limit in the pool is 50 people, then it's not 70. So I don't have to make the pool bigger. So this is, in terms of managing in the condominium, serving people, to my feeling, it's sort of very similar. We'll head outside, just outside the room here actually, and I'll explain to you what we're looking at next when we're coming. So first, we looked at the service, the voltage, we're taking a few pictures. We're looking here, they had some space. If they didn't have space, we'll find another way to accommodate it. Usually we can figure something out. So we'll just head outside.